Good morning, good people. Today is Saturday, April the 3rd. I wasn't with you on yesterday because I got up early in the morning and I started cleaning up my environment, cleaning up my room, which I hadn't done in a while. Yes. I'm getting gritty here. Cleaning up my room in a while. So it took me 8 hours to organize one corner with books and paperwork that I hadn't seen in a while. You know what? You clean up your environment, you feel good. You feel good about yourself and feel accomplished. So yesterday I had a productive day. I am in Slovenia. I got decent sleep. I got up a couple of times after 2 to void because I typically drink my water at night, and that's why that occurs. You see, I got my blue light filter glasses on. I can't stress the importance of these type of glassware. If you have prescription glasses, get blue light filter because we're on our equipment, our computers, our phones, our laptops, all the time. And really, again, just to reiterate, because I mentioned this before, that blue light goes to your brain, the pineal gland in your brain, and tells the pineal gland stop making melatonin. Melatonin is an antioxidant. Melatonin optimizes your circadian rhythms, your sleep-wake cycle. And you may notice your children aren't sleeping. You may not be sleeping. You're having difficulty sleeping. It's because that might not be the only factor, but it is definitely a contributing factor. Okay, back to what we're talking about. This series, we're talking about 5 SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, which are variations in your book of life, your DNA code, that could influence behavior change. So today we're talking about the ApoE4 SNP. Apo, lipoprotein E, 4 SNP. I've been testing for that particular genotype for a few years now. So there's 4 different genotypes in the ApoE lipoprotein series. The wild type, which means it's the most common one, is something called 3-3. Remember, you get one, you inherit one from your mom, one set from your father. So 3-3, you inherit the ApoE3 from your father, the other ApoE3 from your mother. And I am 3-3, which is the wild type, which is a normal type. But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about the one that is a risk allele. So it's ApoE4. There's 2-4, there's 3-4, and there's 4-4. 3-4 and 4-4 tends to confer the greatest risk. 2-4 as well, but 3-4 and 4-4 tend to confer the greatest risk for having complications down the road. Now, what are the complications? Alzheimer's, dementia. There is a 60 to 90% increased risk of developing Alzheimer's, depending on where you're coming from, or dementia if you have the 3-4 or 4-4 genotype by the age of 65. Yes. But not only that, diabetes is a greater risk. So they call Alzheimer's and dementia type 3 diabetes because of that. So what if you find out, you go to your practitioner, or you do your own genotype on 23andMe, and you find out that you have that allele, 3-4, ApoE, 3-4, or 4-4. So what can you do? You have to drastically reduce or eliminate saturated animal fats. Drastically reduce or eliminate saturated animal fats. Even cut back on saturated plant fats, like coconut oil, okay? Eat a heart-healthy diet, okay? Protect the brain with low glycemic diet and phospholipoproteins, phospholipids. Like, for example, I take phosphatidylcholine almost every day. Phosphatidylcholine. We can talk about that later. You need to have an advanced cardiovascular test done, and I've talked about that in an earlier exercise run. Okay, I use Cardio IQ. There's Boston Heart, Cardio IQ, NMR with LabCorp, just not the routine lipid panel with the total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, and VLDL. You have to have more than that. You've got to do advanced blood sugar testing, C-peptide, insulin, of course your hemoglobin A1C. You might want to consider continuous glucose monitoring like the Freestyle Libre or the Dexicon. You've got to address toxins that we're exposed to, toxins. I went shopping with my nephew on yesterday, and he's trying to become more aware of what he's eating. So he decided to do a 21-day fast from animal protein, okay? So he was saying that he's going to cook some beans, all right? I said, well, are they organic? He says, I didn't know beans had to be organic. Yes, yes. Liver support and GI support, okay? So that's a lot, I know. But first of all, you need to determine what's your ApoE genotype. Any provider can do that. LabCorp, Quest, any provider can do that. It's just that it's not being done. Okay? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Ask your doctor. I want to know what my ApoE genotype is. What? He or she may, depends on their acumen, may not know. We're going to pray that they know. But anyway, get your genotype tested. Then you'll know. Then you'll be armed and be prepared as to what you need to do to, if you have the risk allele, minimize the expression. Just because you have it, that does not mean it will be expressed. We can minimize the expression of these adverse risk alleles with lifestyle. All right? All right, good people. I'm going to continue with my trek in Slovenia. One day I'm going to go there. Okay. You know what? I love you guys. Have a good one. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.